Good afternoon. Thank you, first of all, to everyone for being here as we take some time to honor Mike Graveley as this year's State Prosecutor of the Year. Before I introduce some of the other speakers, I want to just recognize some of the elected officials and dignitaries who are here today who have taken time out of their calendar. For those of you who don't know me, I think you all do, but I'm Judge Jason Rossell. I thank Judge Bruce Schrader, who allowed us to use his beautiful courtroom today. He sadly could not stay for the event, but sends his regards. Judge David Bastianelli is here, as is Judge Kirkman. Judge Anthony Milisauskas, who is our Deputy Chief, is also present, as is Judge Kluka. And Court Commissioner David Berman, and of course in the back, my partner in Juvenile and Family Court, Judge David Wilk, is also present here today. Also present here today is Senator Bob Warch, Representative Samantha Kirkman, and Representative Peter Barker. From the County Board, Boyd Frederick and Kim Brunig and Terry Rose. Oh, hi, Terry. We also have with us here today the District Attorney, Robert Zapp, and the Clerk of Courts, Rebecca Mataska-Mentek, along with the Pleasant Prairie Municipal Court Judge, Richard Jankowski. We also have many members of law enforcement. You'll hear from the sheriff in a few minutes, so I won't introduce him. And some of our other dignitaries will introduce them in a few minutes. But we also have here today Chief Morrissey and soon-to-be Chief Dan Miskinis and Inspector Ito McCarty from the Kenosha Police Department. So I thank you all for taking your time to be here. This is the first time that an active Kenosha prosecutor has won this award. And while it may be the 2016 award, this award really should celebrate a career of work as a frontline prosecutor in our community. I'm very fortunate. When I first came to Kenosha, the first experience I had was actually as an intern watching a trial that Mike was doing. It was a quite serious sexual assault of a child. And I was one of those law school kids running around, seeing what papers he needed copied, and basically watching the trial. I was very fortunate to shadow that case. Sadly, Mike has won a number of cases, but sadly that was not a case that he won. It was a case that he lost. But I bring it up for this reason. I bring it up for this reason.
The award is already given to me.
I bring it up for this reason. You can tell a character of a person more in defeat than you can in victory. And it was his character in that moment that was impressive to me. It was that character of calming the victim, speaking with them, letting them understand that he believed them, and that just because the jury did not find the person guilty, that they weren't a lesser person. And I got to see that also as I worked with Mike. I was in the DA's office for many years, and many of the prosecutors here and who have been always know how he has focused his efforts to make our community safer. Whether that was playing basketball with at-risk youth when he first got here, or my favorite thing was leading Friday pitch sessions for new prosecutors, where we were able as new prosecutors to bring our cases and sit down and talk about how we were going to try the case the next Monday. I also have had the fortune of actually trying a case against Mike Graveley. I
won that one, Jason.
Yeah, you did. I'll tell that story later. No, Mike did win that one. He did. I did win on appeal, but it didn't get overturned. That's a different story. Anyways. But the entire time, even when I was a defense attorney facing Mike Graveley, I think most of us could say this who have been in a courtroom with him, is he has always been professional. It has always been about doing justice, being fair, and I think that's really what defines being a great prosecutor. So I'm sure many of us here today would love to get up and tell a million stories about things Mike has done that we have seen. But we have a few dignitaries here who wish to speak and to celebrate this great award.